Hey guys, I hope you're having a great day today, and let me show you what I'm working on right now. Currently I'm making this game. It's called Project Dim Swit. It's short for Dimension Switch, and I have a little bit of a demo slash prototype I'm working on, and it's real simple. It's a nice little platformer. You jump, you move left and right. But if you get stuck, something like that, you can switch to a different dimension. How cool is that? I think it's a very clever idea, whoever came up with this. It wasn't really me. But holy cow, can you do a lot of things with this kind of idea. So, that's my plan over the next few months. I want to create a game that I can play for more than 30 minutes, that I won't get bored on, and you guys can watch me make it. So, this game is going to have 3 parts. The first part is the game. I just showed you that. I'm currently working on the prototype, and I'm almost ready to start getting into production. I'm really excited about that. The second part is this development blog that you are currently watching. Round of applause for that. Thank you. And then the third part is the website. The website is going to be a really interesting thing about it, because it's pretty much a promotional tool about a game. I mean, you can't have a game that rots away in the dust, right? And that's why I intend to show it to you guys about the importance of a website when developing a product. So, a little bit of how I got here. This is a website. This looks extremely professional. Well, except for the slide 1, slide 2 thing. And the name. That sucks. But I used a tool that's open source and very easy to use. It is called Bootstrap. So, I'd like you guys to get acquainted with this. It's a very useful tool for front end. And what I mean by front end is like the stuff you see on a website, as opposed to the stuff that communicates to a database. And it's a very useful tool to be able to create smooth, sleek, and professional looking projects. And Bootstrap was made by Twitter. Wait, how can you go wrong with that? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. So, get Bootstrap. And as you can see, this looks super professional. That's because I took time and energy to type in these 2 words and click this link. And then click this link, and then scroll down until the eye cannot stand it, until just download this. Yeah, just download it. Then copy it into a folder like this, and then you're all set. Now, the program I'm using is called Visual Studio. It's extremely useful. It costs money though, and I really enjoy this program because of the amount of features it has. It has a beautiful interface, and it's very fast, and it also has a split diagram for both programming and looking at what your product is going to be. Right. So as you know, I took that template and I just copied it in, and then all I did was I just rearranged a few parts and got it working. And then, yeah, I wanted to make sure that I had the layout correct, how I wanted it. And here's what I'm imagining the user is going to think. So they're going to get onto the home page and they're like, ooh, pretty picture. And then they're going to be like, whoa, it's a portfolio? And they're going to scroll down and they're like, oh, what is this all about? And they're going to click the play button, because you don't click this button. And then they're going to be like, oh, yes. And then they can scroll down even farther and they're like, oh, there's dev blog. I hope my friends are watching it too. And they're like, my friends are watching it because they recommended it to me. And they're going to be absolutely amazed. And then they're going to click this. And it's going to do nothing at the moment. And they're like, oh, Project Dimswit. What the heck is that? It's like, whoa. This sounds abnormally generic, but it interests me to the core. And they're like, whoa, easy to use. Oh, Latin. I love Latin. And then they're going to see these screenshots and they're going to be like, oh, I want to buy this game right now. And they're going to be like, oh, subscribe. Of course. And then they're going to be disappointed again, because it just takes it to the top of the page. And they're like, oh, I can't steal it. Darn it. So now that the website is in the correct format that I want it to be, I've just been working on making sure that it looks good and developing, like, for example, this menu bar and making sure that I have the components I want in it. And honestly, I haven't really started working on this website very much. I've mostly been working on this little prototype right here, which I'm very proud of. It's got lots of scripts and it's very intricate. Very expandable too. When I learned to code, I was always told that you want to make your code be future-proof and expandable. What they mean by that is making sure that your code is easy to understand in the future. So that includes lots of commenting, and also that you don't create systems that flipping mess up the future. Like, yeah. I hate it whenever that happens. I hate cleaning up people's poop all over the floor, which is why I don't make my poop. So I'm going to show you this little program that I use for organizing myself, especially when I'm creating this game. I find myself, in fact, I think we can all agree that whoever is like a semi-seasoned developer, as like me, we find ourselves clicking this button over and over because we're like, what am I going to do next? What am I going to do next? Ooh, this is fun. This is fun. And they're like, oh, it's not fun anymore. And then they're like, ooh, I got a cool new idea for a new project. And they're like, screw this one. This one sucks. Very sad. I've done this multiple times, too many times to count. Very, very sad. Moment of silence. So Trello is extremely fun, extremely useful, because you can do whatever you want on it. You just make cards and lists, and you like move it around a bunch. And what I've learned from a lot of people actually is that you need to be organized. And how how I am used to being organized is having 3 lists: to do, in progress, done. As you can see, we're working on this one right now. But I expanded on it since I'm working by myself. There's nobody to review me, so I'm gonna add an extra column to make sure that I'm reviewing my own stuff. Make sure it's not garbage. And then I also create these 2 lists. I want to have this website and the game be 2 separate projects completely. So I created a backlog, and basically what that is a way to get my tasks organized before I have to do them. And I know that may sound daunting, but it's just as simple as, let's take a look at the website right here. Ooh, no cards right here. Get those cards done. Yeah. Backlog to do. Ooh. And next episode, you'll see them done. Guarantee it. Yeah. So, extremely impeccably important that you're organized, or else you'll end up starting project after project, and that's a little annoying. So also, I really enjoy Google's suite of tools that they use for documents and such, and that's what I use for my own personal projects. So if you look right here, I'm currently planning the visual arts, and as you can see, that's this task right here. So be warned, it's not reviewed, so it's garbage. I got a little table of contents, and basically, just as a general note, lots of pictures. Let me repeat that, lots of pictures. So, my basic thought process was that I want my game to look something like this. I also want it to look something like this. Or something like this. Oh boy. And then I'm like, well, if it's going to be 2D and 3D at the same time, how am I supposed to know the difference between 2D and 3D? To help the player, not fall on their butt and cry. So, I add a little bit of a section to explain the distinction between 2D and 3D. And it's just pretty simple. And then I got on to designing the actual characters, and this was pretty exciting. I started with the main character, of course, because that's the first one, and I came up with this really good idea from inspiration from this certain group of musicians you may or may not have heard of, and came up with the idea of using a cabbie to cover the eyes to make the player more anonymous. I really like that. And yeah, I just wrote that down as well, and it's not finished, of course, because it says, here are the concept art sketches, aren't you excited? Oh! Okay, so I'm also working on a bit of the story. I'm not sure if this is a task. Oh, sweet. Oh, sweet. Okay, that should be right here. Oh, wait, no, this one's almost done. Okay. So, right. Story arc, and basically my thought process right here is, okay, I gotta make something. I know I'm gonna suck the first time, so I better suck the first time. So we got cool little long spew and throw up of all the story that I want to make. a cool little art that I made in MS Paint. I know, the greatest program ever. And then a little few bit of art, a few bit of concepts. If you want to read that, then pause the video. And then that's about it. It's just my thought process on a piece of paper. It's just that simple. Because I know nobody else is going to read it. Because I know as heck you didn't pause this video to read that part. Ha ha. Right. I'd like to thank you, the viewer, for watching this. If you approve this, then I can put this right here. But I'll have to proofread it first. Oh, what is that? You want it over here? Oh, just for you. It's done. Okay, I'm glad you watched. So, leave this video a like or a dislike or both. Haha, just kidding. And yeah, this is going to be a series, so you might want to subscribe because that's a good idea when doing a series. And I'd like to leave this with you, and have a great rest of your week, day, month, anniversary, birthday, or whatever. And see you later, boy.